What's going on, y'all? Nas tapping in with another one. This is going to be speaking to my clients, potential clients, business owners, graphic designers, any body that would be a client or handling clients. This video would be kind of a specific video for you guys to learn about, get some information, and just see how I'm evolving, how I'm scaling, and how I'm implementing these new tools in my everyday, practices and real world cases, right? So, first off, I want to say I'm excited, man. It's my birthday month. I'm Aries, I'll be 30. And these videos is allowing me to pretty much just be, who I am, who I'm becoming, and share, valuable information, learn, be in new spaces, and just tap into another side of me that I think is going to be a force, in these next up and coming years. So again, I appreciate you guys. The last video just hit 100 views plus within the last 24 hours. So, people are watching, man. People are tapping in. And, we just going to keep going. So I'm going to be pushing out these videos, more and more because I'm serious. And, I just want you guys to know who I am, know my face, and get familiar with a new, person that is, trying to just be one of those leaders and pillars in this, space, AI space, right? It'll probably be my birthday, if not the next day. So, happy birthday wishes. I receive all that. Comments, just subscribe, man. If you want to, give me a birthday present, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So that way we get, those views and, subscriptions up, right? Boom. All right, we're going to tap in and dive right in, right? So what you guys are looking at is my admin page to my, client tracker, right? Now, a little bit of backstory about, me, right? So in 2015, 2016, I started doing designing for clients, right? For people, for, organizations, just pretty much designing their logo and brand identity. Now, over those years, I've been through websites, I've been through forums, I've been through, text this number to get this reply. I've done the whole back and forth and how to, organize my clients, right? And, within these last kind of like recent years, what I've learned is it really isn't about having the most fanciest stuff. It isn't about having the most, technical stuff, right? The real issue is just having a space and dedicating that time to update that space, right? Period. So as a graphic designer, don't be trying to run and create the most fanciest, websites or the most fanciest, forms and stuff, because that's not really what matters. What matters is you have a dedicated place and it's updated consistently. Those two things matter with organization and just staying on track of your projects, right? So what I, am using AI for is helping my workflow, right? A lot of people, I see in the comments, like I'm seeing them and reading them saying, well, how are you actually implementing it, right? Like, how are you doing it? And this video, I'm showing you guys how I'm doing it. So my issue throughout the years was communication, right? Updating. I would do the work. I would be working, but the work and me communicating, I'm doing the work would be a delay, right? And sometimes people don't like that, right? Sometimes your clients may not like that you are not updating them on their project. Even though you're doing a project, even though you are working on it, because you are not updating or communicating those updates, that is a problem. And I've had to learn that the hard way throughout my years through, reviews, through people want their money back because they don't feel comfortable, through, not getting the client, so I'm not securing the money or the bag. And those has been my, bottlenecks with me. So again, with AI, I'm using AI to help me in my workflows and my systems, right? So this right here is my current process, right? So I have other stuff that I'm doing with my projects, but this is pretty much the version 1 that I'll be updating throughout this time, right? So we're gonna, first it has password protected. So it's password protected. Only I know the password to get in there, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Boom, we in, right? So what this section is for me is what I see, right? I can add new projects, right here. If I want to add a new project, I can add it. Currently working on a project, so this is Honey and Friends. They got a logo system, if what I've been pushing out. So if you want to learn about that, I'll put information about that. But this is pretty much just going to keep me organized with my projects moving forward. This is somebody that reached out today, actually. So waiting on them to, pay the invoice and get confirmed as a client, right? But the big thing that I want you guys to know is that, one, I am growing as a business owner, right? I am building systems. I am building tools. I am building these things to help me be organized, to help me keep track, to help my clients trust me more, to help, people see that, okay, even if he is struggling in this area, how is he working to get better? How is he working to, show us that he wants to do better? And this is my way, this is a dedicated, dashboard, place that all of my projects will go. And not only that, take this walk with me, that my clients have as well. So this was the admin side of the back end, and this is what you see, a client or your clients, right? So it has a tracker. So this is like the Domino's tracker, you received it. When it gets in progress, it goes to progress. When it's in review, it goes to review. When it's revision time, we making revisions, and then it's final. So you as the client can see a progression of your project, or you as the owner can update your clients and show them this progress tracker, right? The previews go in here, so all this stuff is organized. So every preview, every design, every mock-up that is exchanged will go in here as well. So there will be no missing, no where this one at. It'll be all updated in this space. It also has a payment, a status. Is it paid or unpaid? The concept details, when you discuss these things with your clients, or you want to make sure your clients feel like what they want. So you want to make sure that there is a briefing somewhere that shows the briefing of the project. So everybody's still on the same page. There's no, well, we said this one day, but then we moved to this. And, this is the original concept that we discussed. And this is what we will be working on, right? And here's the feedback. They can leave feedback, and it'll go in the activity section, and it'll be updated, live. So once they hit send, I get the notification, I see their updates, and I'll go ahead and make the updates, and then I'll push that update, and they'll get that, and everything is pretty much synced and flowing, right? And that's pretty much what I want this system or tracker to do, to flow, to be easy to understand, to give trust, to make my clients feel more involved and more like, yeah, you have a personal dashboard that you can check on throughout the days, throughout the time, where you don't have to worry, is your project being updated? Is your project being worked on? This is an actual status where you can see. You don't know sometimes when your product when it gets started working on, when it, so this is my version of keeping my clients in the loop of everything, right? On the 10th will be the start of all projects, all paid projects with Nas GFX will be through this portal, right? And again, it's the first version, so it may be some things that I need to update and upgrade, but this is I will be updating, right? And I just also want to leave it on this note, right? Ownership. A lot of people are using these AI tools to do things that is not geared towards ownership. What I am building and what the future is going to is it is changing the landscape of a software and development, right? Before we used to have to pay a company, pay this big company a lot of money, arms and legs, and every month pay these companies just to have a client dashboard, just to get leads, just to be organized, right? Like we y'all paying these companies money every month just to get your clients, but you don't own it. They do. So I really want you guys to see this video and see what I created with AI and how you can implement these tools for you, right? Where you can save money, right? You can, create your own, ecosystem where there's nobody overseeing it but you. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of give you a little preview on this, dashboard that I've been creating and developing, because I want you guys to know that how I'm building with it, and if you have any questions, if similar directions, how you can build this for you as well. So, again, thank you guys for watching. My name is Nas. I'm the founder of Energy Intel. You can check me out on all the socials and platforms in the description. Again, please subscribe to the channel and like the videos, man. Watch the last video. I talked about OpenClaw and some tips, some ideas on how, you as a new user should just be mentally and, understanding of what it is before you go into it. So go check that out, man. Like that up, send it out to your friends, your family. And yeah, man, let's go up, man. It's Aries season. So if you are any Aries in the building watching this, happy birthday to you. And be great, do great, and just know that this is our time to be exactly who we are becoming. Embrace it, live it,